Hello YouTube, Bricks Unbound here with another LEGO NEXO Knights review. This is set number 70327, the King's Mech. Comes with 375 pieces, and here in the United States it actually retails for just $30. I was expecting a $40 set or maybe even a $35 out of this, but $30 makes it a pretty good deal price for piece-wise. Let's go ahead and take a look at the set to see if it lives up to that. First we're going to look at the smaller buildable element here. And this is a ballista manned by Flamethrower, who's one of the generic troops for the monster side. It does actually shoot. It has these crossbows mounted on the side that are the new ones that actually have the shoot the studs out. If you just push down here, it'll shoot it out. And it goes in okay ways. I mean, it's just like the stud shooters that originally came in Star Wars battle packs and things. But it does work nicely. If you want to angle it, you do have to unattach Flamethrower from the stand here, but then you can angle it up and down there, so good range, and I like the curvature of it. Gives it a nice drawn back bow type look, and that is a sticker there. I don't think that sticker is necessarily necessary though, so if you don't want to add it, you don't have to, but it is a nice little build, and I'm sure if it hit the mech in just the right spot it could do some damage. So it looks fairly threatening, and it's nice to have a little enemy emplacement here to fight off the mech. Speaking about the mech, let's go ahead and look at it here. So it is a pretty decent sized mech. It's got a very nice sword here. Those are unfortunately stickers there, which I'm not too crazy about because they're kind of hard to apply and get on perfectly straight. But it is kind of necessary for the look of the sword, otherwise it's just plain gray, which is kind of boring. Speaking of kind of boring, is the other side of the sword. Unfortunately, it is all just exposed studs, the bottom of studs. So I do wish that they would have duplicated what was on this side over there, just attaching it the other way around here. But it's still a nice looking weapon, and it just attaches via a axle on it that sticks in right to that hand there. And the other hand, of course, does not have the ability to hold the sword because it is this, well, it's a little flyer actually for the King's bot, but when it's attached to the mech it kind of works as a shield. It does have a couple little shooters here, and to unattach that, it's just, you just pop it off back here. It's held on by one Technic pen. It's a nice little build. It has this new windscreen piece which has a nice angled look to it with a couple of stickers on it, which I'm not crazy about. And then for the control panel, it has a piece that's relatively common now. Originated in Star Wars sets, has been in a couple of Ninjago sets, I think, and now in the NEXO Knights. Two stud shooters on the side. Push this down and fire the stud off. I don't really want to do that because I'll lose the stud probably. And another sticker back here. Couple openings back here which look a little strange, but that is so it attaches better to the hand of the mech. So when you do want to attach that, the mech itself has a couple, wow, didn't realize that popped off so easy. Has a couple little simulated cannons here. These do not actually shoot. And then we have the cockpit area up here has this Bionicle style mask that folds up, and then you can fold the shield down here and get the King out if you want. It's a little unfortunate because he does have the older style cape, I believe, so it gets a little bent around him when he's in the cockpit here, but it's a nice little look, protects him nicely in there. As far as articulation goes, it does have ball joints at the knees, which basically just lets you go forward and back, and then also at the feet, but that lets you go side to side. So you can get a decent amount of poses here, and then ball joints at the shoulders and elbows. Has these nice pauldron pieces up here that you can move around a little bit. You can angle them up and down, which is nice to let you bring the sword way up, but as you just saw, they can fall off, and unfortunately they do that fairly easily and fairly regularly. And there's lots more sticker details on the mech itself too. Not crazy about stickers. These are all fairly easy to apply though, so it's not that big of a deal. And on the back, which is very nice to see, you actually have a spot to hold the sword for the King and the King bot. So that's nice. You don't have to just set them down and then lose them when you want them to be piloting the mech. It also has this little wind-up toy piece, which is interesting. I'm guessing that's actually probably is accurate to the show because the king is quite the character in the show, so I could see him having a mech that winds up and a couple nice wing pieces, as you frequently see on mechs and things like this. So overall, it's a very nice mech. Apart from the shoulder pauldrons, it is pretty sturdy. It's nice, holds up well to playability. So a kid can really have a lot of fun with this. And I mean, even if pieces get knocked off, they're easy to tell where they go back to, which is always great. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the minifigures themselves. In this set you get 3 figures from left to right here: Flamethrower, the King, and the King's Bot. So Flamethrower he's a generic troop unit, so it's a very common figure in these NEXO Knight sets, but he does have excellent printing on him. He comes with a quiver, however, he doesn't come with any kind of bow. I mean, he has the big ballista, and you could take one of these crossbows off and put it in his hand, but he does not actually just come with a little bow to carry around when he's not manning the big ballista. And he has this nice mohawk piece, which we've seen in a few sets. Go ahead and remove his head here so you can see the rest of the printing. So there's the front printing and the back printing on the back of his head, but no second face since the mohawk wouldn't cover that up. Moving on, next we have King Hubbert himself, the pilot of the mech in this set. He has a new sword piece for the top of his sword, and then a regular lightsaber handle, but in pearl gold. And then for his shield right now, he has the NEXO power called Backfire attached. The set also comes with a second NEXO power, which is the Storm Dragon. And let's go ahead and take everything off of King Hubbert here so you can see his printing a little bit better. He does not have a double-sided face, so I'm going to go ahead and put the hair back on him. So it looks a little strange maybe without the beard piece to go with it. But it is still a nice figure, nice armor plating print on the front. Pretty reflective there, as you can see. Good printing on the legs, and then around the back the nice armor design is continued. And I really do like the printing on these figures. It has a nice combination of futuristic but still medieval type armor, I think. So I do really enjoy that. And then the last figure here is the King's Bot. Comes with a regular castle sword, regular castle helmet, but other than that, it's not a very regular figure. He does have 2 sides to his face, kind of a dopey grin on this one, and then more serious face on the other side. Has a nice printed tile in the middle there with the King's symbol. And other than that, it's a lot of new parts here. So these new shoulder pieces have 2 places where they can receive pegs. And they're attached to this brick in the middle that has a couple pegs or places you can clip stuff to. A hole on the back of it, and then the front just has a single stud to attach pieces. And his little feet are not new. I believe they're the same ones that were used for the skeleton army from Ninjago. I don't actually have any of those figures, so I'm not 100% sure, but they look pretty similar to that. Overall, another nice figure. I'm not super crazy about these bots. I mean, in the show they're kind of silly, but that's okay. I mean, they're still nice little generic type troops to get. Now for my final thoughts on this set. I really enjoy this set. It's definitely worth the $30 price point. It's not only a good price to piece ratio, but the set itself is quite nice. Comes with lots of good pieces, and then the mech itself, the build is fun, and it's relatively sturdy with the exception of the shoulder pauldron, so it's good for younger children to play with. You can stick the swords on the back of the mech so you don't lose them. The one thing that I do wish that they would work on with these NEXO Knight sets are the extra shields you get. They're super easy to misplace. I actually had already shot this review once and then got to the end of it and realized I could not find the other shield. Luckily I did find it eventually, but it's still a little troublesome if you lose those, because then you can't scan them into the app to upgrade the powers there. But on the whole, it is a very fun set that's great for younger builders, I think, and really even older builders, it's good for the parts, and really I do think it looks pretty good on display as well. So I would recommend picking this up when you get the chance. It is exclusive to Walmart here in the United States, so that is where you're going to have to get it unless you want to buy it from the LEGO store directly. Thank you for watching this review. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later for more NEXO Nights reviews. Bye.